Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where we make delicious recipes. Today I'm super excited to show you how to make my all-time favorite meal, ORAH soup. I can't wait to share this recipe with all of you. Firstly, let's talk about the ingredients you're gonna need to make the soup. You need cocoyam, Maggi, OGIRI, crayfish, salt, pepper, and meat, assorted meat. I'm using cow meat, tripe, and cabeza meat. You also need your palm oil. You also need ORAH soup, ORAH leaf, fresh ORAH leaf, and UZIZA leaf. Those are the ingredients you're gonna need for this recipe. So firstly, we're going to cook our meat and cook our cocoyam. So in a pot, you go in with your meat and then you season them. I season with salt, with Maggi, seasoning cube, and some pepper, powdered pepper. Then I give it a stir, cover, and cook. We're going to cook it without water for now. We're gonna let it steam, and then it's going to produce its own water. Cover and cook. Then in another pot, I put in my cocoyam. I'm going to boil this because that's gonna be our thickener. Put in enough water, cover and boil. So here I'm going to start peeling my ORAH leaf. Firstly, I take off the head. I like taking it off. Take it off, and then I start shredding. You don't need knife to cut your ORAH leaf because it's very soft and tender. So you can use your fingers to just shred. So that's what I did here. I start shredding. So I come back to check on my meat. It's produced enough water. So I go in with my stockfish, and then I add enough water to cook the meat until tender. So here I cook this for around 20 minutes. Stir it, cover, and continue cooking. So guys, I come back to check on my cocoyam. I use the fork to check on it. It's still hard, so it's not cooked yet. So you have to go back to cooking until it's soft when you check. And here is my peeled, shredded, and washed ORAH leaf. And this is the UZIZA leaf that I cut. So let's chop our cocoyam again, and this time it's cooked because the fork was able to glide through it easily. So it's cooked, so I bring it down from the hob. And here guys, I sieve out the hot water from the cocoyam, and then I'm going to add cold water to it. I don't want to peel it when it's hot to avoid burning myself. So I soak it a little bit in cold water so it can be easy for me to peel. And here I'm peeling the cocoyam in preparation to blend it. So I blend with my food processor, and this is it after blending, ready to be used. So I set it aside. Now I go back in and check on my meat, and it is cooked perfectly. It's as soft as I want it to be. So let's start the soup. Firstly, you go in with your pepper, your grinded or blended pepper. You go in with your crayfish. You go in with your seasoning cube, and then we go in with our traditional ingredients. OGIRI isi. This is very, very good for this soup. Then you add in your salt. You give it a stir to mix up the ingredients properly, and then you add your palm oil. I'm adding palm oil now because I like the palm oil to be cooked properly. I don't like the sour taste if the palm oil is not properly cooked. So the earlier you add it, the earlier you can be able to cook properly. So we cover and let that boil for a while. So here guys, I'm adding my COCOYAM, my blended COCOYAM. That's the thickener for the soup. You go in with your thickener. You also mix it in. Then you cover the pot and let that cook. Alright, it's been boiling for around 8 minutes. So I go in with my UZIZA leaf. That's the UZIZA leaf that I got up. I go in with the leaf, and then I also went in with my ORAH leaves that was shredded and washed. So now I'm going to mix it in properly in the soup. Go in and make sure it's mixed up. After mixing, you cover and you cook and let it cook. Alright guys, my soup has been cooking for around 10 minutes, and I went in to check on it and look at the texture guys. My thickener worked very well. So it's also always good to go in with enough COCOYAM or whatever you're using for your thickener, so you can get this texture. We don't want it too watery, but we don't also want it too thick that you won't be able to turn if you want to turn it. This is it guys, our ORAH soup is ready. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.